Good morning, fellow traders. Bubba here. It's time for the Good Morning Market Prep for Thursday, July the 30th, 2020. I hope everybody had a great night last night. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. All right, let's take a look and see where we left off the market yesterday. So yesterday was Fed Day. We got basically an artificial prop up. So we were up yesterday. Weekly chart still inside weak, having trouble getting into that open gap up here. Daily chart, nice green candle, but I think it trapped a lot of bulls this yesterday because it didn't trap us because we know that it was a low volume day, but we were over the upper trend line, and we know we're in the chop zone because we're still in the trend box. But look at that volume. I mean, it's even on a Fed day, it's even less than the prior day. I mean, it's even less. I mean, really, 48.2. 48.4, so just a little bit higher than the prior day, but still really low volume day for a green candle like this. So not surprised to see futures down a little bit here this morning. So but we got to be really careful, right? Because anybody who got long on this, right, is very likely going to get trapped this morning. And if the bears decide to press, we could really get a move down on that. So let's take a look at the S&P futures and see how they're behaving here this morning. So we could see we had originally moved up yesterday. It's kind of slow grind up. And then after hours, we just kind of, after the session, just kind of chopped around, and then we had this upper trend line right here that got broken last night, and then we retested one of our signal zones, and we flushed into the morning. So fresh signal zone right here from the other day, right? We bounced off of that, and now we're pushing through that here, through this geometric line, and we've got this signal zone below. So we'll see how that goes here into the open, but let's keep an eye on those levels, but again, they could really... the bears could start to get aggressive this morning, so just keep an eye out for that one. We're in also testing this prior congestion zone over here too, so on the MES. So definitely something to look at there. The Qs, not really defending anything here this morning. We've got the big FANG names reporting tonight. So we've got Facebook, Apple, Amazon, and Google. So let's see. Let me double check Google. I believe Google is reporting tonight, right? Yeah, so tonight. So we've got the big names reporting tonight. So let's see. We may see some choppy action. Obviously, premiums are going to be really high going in tomorrow, but that's also going to affect things certainly overnight. So that's something to keep an eye on too. I mean, if Apple beats and Amazon beats and Google beats and Facebook beats, I mean that could really could definitely drag the market up. So we have to see how they react to that and where we go from there. So let's take a look at the IWM and see how it's behaving here this morning too. So definitely not happy about all that. Pretty interesting day yesterday, right? We saw a lot of the banks getting really strong, and then they're getting caught, right? So if we look at the if we look at the XLF this morning, which we'll take a look at in a little bit, we'll see how that goes going into today. So that's going to be interesting as well. Give me 1 second. Let me get this up here. All right. So good. All right. So let's take a look at Apple and see how it's behaving here this morning. So Apple down. Okay. So it just is what it is right now. Let's see how it holds its levels from yesterday. There's a gap below. And then just see how it holds because premium's still high today anyway. It makes it a little bit challenging to trade, but definitely something to keep an eye on here. Tesla is actually pretty interesting too. We had an inside day yesterday. It's gapping below there, so see how it holds those levels. Maybe we'll get a whoops reversal on that one. Boeing had a weak day after earnings yesterday. It did recover a little bit. If we let's just check and see what the ultimately what the retracement was on that from the open. Yeah, so almost a 50% retrace from the open, and then from the pre-market highs, about a 382. So let's see how it holds there. If it breaks down below today's lows, guys, keep an eye on Boeing and the airlines. Those could give a little bit of a downside move on that one. So the XLF, right? These are your banking names and financial stock names. So pretty rough here, right? So it had this crazy reversal yesterday into the Fed, and then just got trapped here. So keep an eye on those to the short side. Those could be very interesting to see if those give a move. Other than that, not too much on the earnings front. I mean, QCOM's looking good, but it's got some work to get over that 106.70 level. So probably going to be some profit taking this morning. So you may see a quick move to the downside on that one. PayPal, huge levels right here. It's barely holding up at this point. So again, it's got a lot of work to do if it wants to get there, so I wouldn't be surprised to at least see it test some of yesterday's levels on PayPal. So we've got that one, and of course SPCE. SPCE, again, I love this one, right? We got a great short the other day on this one in the group. I was looking for some more downside follow through on it because that was like a nice initial impulsive move down. So this is kind of like your wave 1, 2, maybe we're working on a bigger wave 3 down, and we're gapping here this morning. So let's keep an eye on SPCE as well. So good stuff, guys. Well, I hope everybody has an awesome trading day today. Stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.